Well, welcome to another Friday night. This is On Fire Family, and this is Yacht Shopping Happy Hour. Cheers.
Cheers.
We got toys for Christmas, and you might have noticed these Marriage Saver headsets. Thank you to my mother-in-law. This is really a lifesaver, marriage saver really, on the boat, so you can talk to each other when you're not within earshot, or at least you can speak in a speaking voice.
In a conversational tone, you can even whisper.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
tried them out in the backyard.
Yeah, we were backing up trailers and stuff, and it was interesting talking to him as I was like walking through the house and just talking to him like he was standing right next to me. Fantastic.
What we have found is that when we're trying to talk to the kids, then the other of us doesn't know that we're talking to the kids, and we hear each other and then are confused. So not foolproof,
yeah.
But certainly awesome.
2 thumbs up.
So tonight is not our normal happy hour. We are going to give you our January update.
Happy New Year!
5 months away from the Great Loop, and to answer everyone's most pressing question, no, we do not have a boat yet.
It's winter.
Yeah, and so not a lot of turnover that we're seeing in, well, the north because it's frozen, and the south
All the boats are put away.
People are on their boats, and this pandemic continues to rage, and so people are still kicking it on their boats and distancing there and working from there, and supply chains preventing new boat buying, and so kind of stuff. But the ones that are coming on the market that we are interested in, we are jumping on, and we make videos on them, but we tend to not post them until after, because
we're greedy.
Well, we just don't know what boat is gonna be ours. So we appreciate the ones that you guys have sent in. If you haven't seen a video on a boat that you've sent in, it's most likely because we went after it or going and pursuing it. So thank you for those too. In addition to the headsets, we got other toys from Santa.
Yes, we got an Insta360 camera. So it takes 360 degrees of video at the same time. It's insane. It kind of makes me sick when he pulls it up on his phone, but it's going to have some amazing shots.
Yeah. And I think easier to take, I think more difficult to deal with in post-processing, but
for sure.
Easier as you're like doing cool stuff that we would normally do on a GoPro. And we tried it out. I'll put some of the footage throughout this video maybe. From New Year's, we went out and played with our toys. We also got, off of Santa's list, our drone. And so you'll hear more about this in future videos, but we're hoping to fly this over a boat, around our boat, check out cool anchorages where we are, and bring you along for the ride for that.
And of course, he's already played with it. I wasn't around, so I haven't seen it in action. But
yeah, very easy to use, very fun. The kids even got to fly it and had a great time. So yeah, thank you, Santa, on that one. And then we got a couple of books and a couple of other more boring things. Well, not that a book is boring, but
the book is great.
100 Great Stops on America's Great Loop.
Yeah.
And so
everywhere.
Yep. Just
fantastic.
Good stuff that we wouldn't have maybe known about otherwise, and a few other things. So a very Merry Christmas for us, and we appreciate that.
So no boat, but we've still been busy.
Yeah, super busy.
Yeah. So our 12-year-old son got his boat license. So now all 4 of us are licensed and can drive the boat whenever Daddy needs a break.
Yeah. In Oregon, it's 12 years old to get your boater ID card, and so he went on and took his exam and got all set up. I'm in the process of renewing my captain's license. That comes up every 5 years. I give commercial tours, and so that's just an every 5-year deal. It just happens to fall this busy year. So I'm halfway through that process right now. And then the other licensing news.
Our daughter got her driver's permit.
Yeah. So watch out, folks.
So we're both taking her out, and we want to get as many hours as we can in before we're going to be on a boat for a year, and nobody wants to loan her a car because she'll be 15 and 16. So.
Yep. And then I got interviewed on a podcast. I'll put a link down below. It's an hour-long interview, but it really tells a lot of the story that you guys are familiar with from coming along on this ride with us, but a lot of the backstory behind some of it too. Why are we doing the Great Loop? A little bit about my cancer journey, if you hadn't heard that, and a lot about boating and how I got into boating and things like that. So if you got an hour, I'll put a link down below. It was a fun interview to do. I can't believe we covered as much territory as we did, and just really
he was great.
Thankful. And it's kind of taken off as well. So cool. What else? We've been getting the house ready. We meet with our property manager next week to figure out what all stuff we need to fix up around the house. I tore out a deck that has been kind of plaguing us.
Part of our deck, and so
And then, I made a video on it on our backup channel on Fire Outtakes, so go look at that. Some time lapses and cool stuff, but just playing around.
The best thing is that I'm not in it because I didn't have to help. He was like on his own, and normally I have to help with all projects, but it seemed pretty easy. The kids helped.
Sure, in the time lapse, it seems
it's so fast.
It would seem easy. No, it was. It was not that bad, and makes it fun when you're making a video about it. And then we celebrated New Year's. So Happy New Year's to all of you. We have had for the last 3 years a family tradition of taking our cabin cruiser, our big boat, out and celebrating New Year's on that, even though it's cold and wet and sometimes frosty. And we have had some fun adventures that we wouldn't have had otherwise because it's not a time of year here in Portland where you typically would do that.
Yeah.
But
people like to set fireworks off of the dock at midnight wherever we are.
Yeah, so we have taken it on a 4 to 6 hour trip and tied up at a dock where it has power so we could run heaters and things. But this year, since we sold our boat and we haven't bought another boat, we celebrated New Year's without a boat. So we got a hotel room
near where we normally stay,
overlooking that dock that we would normally have tied up at. And we went to the same brew pubs and did the same kinds of things, watched the fireworks
but this time
over
there was
the
a
river.
Hot tub.
But we got to go down and hang out in the hot tub instead of freeze our butts off on the bow of our boat. And then next year we're hoping to celebrate on our big boat on our loop in Florida. On January 1st. So thank you for coming along for this ride. Thank you for clicking on all the links and doing all the things and suggesting boats for us. We know there's a boat out there, probably one of the ones that you guys send us, and so we really appreciate those. Stay tuned. I don't know that we're going to put out weekly videos these coming months as we get so busy on more boring stuff that isn't exactly pertinent, but we will show back up here on Friday nights and give you updates and hang out. But I don't know how many of those yacht shopping happy hours we can pull off while we're doing so many other things. So stay tuned. We'll try to make it fun. We'll try to keep it entertaining, and you'll be the first to know when we find a boat. Thanks for coming along.
Cheers.
Cheers.